Hi everyone, Kyle here. A couple of days ago, I received this note from my Christian neighbor downstairs. We had a little argument about her always leaving the door open. It's dead of winter here. And this is what she basically wrote. Dear neighbor, I will keep the door closed when you stop smoking in the common areas, okay? Sincerely, your neighbor who vomited from the asthma attack brought on by your cigarette smoke. P.S. Heat rises. She has an arrow pointing down, and you are, she put an arrow pointing up. Therefore, if one of us is paying to heat the hall, it would likely be me. However, if that is the price of not encountering a medical emergency, I will gladly pay it until management has to get involved. But I'm hoping that it doesn't come to that. Well, thank you so very much, but management smokes still. PSS. This is where it gets really interesting. Acting like a jerk to a woman just because she has a different view on a political issue that you brought up. Oh yeah, I brought it up. I don't know who the hell my damn neighbors are. Is not only rude, like walking away while I'm talking, but is immature. Yeah, okay. Interesting. PSSS. I find your free-thinking propaganda offensive to my faith, especially because it infers that I am stupid for believing in God. Yeah. I have experienced thus supporting my faith in His existence. I have been respectful to you and listened to you talk about things despite how much I disagree, and have tried to be polite and friendly despite my stress and lack of viewing the world as you do. I have practiced tolerance, really, and acceptance, and you are the supposed Democrat. So she agrees that we Democrats are more tolerant and things like that. She goes on to say, I called myself a drunk. Fine, whatever, who cares? That's me calling me that, okay? Though you don't believe in God, He is real, and He loves you and desires to be in your life. So do a few gay guys I know. He does not view you as a drunk, and I pray someday you be a true free thinker and consider the possibility it is you who has it all wrong. No. I am commanded to forgive you and love my neighbor. Well, I'm certainly not, and that's why I brought all this crap up. Okay? Not only is she a Christian, she's also a Republican. Supported Walker. Okay? I don't want anything to do with somebody like that. That is where she becomes seriously ignorant. To actually vote for somebody who is destroying your wages is ridiculous. Even if you are not sorry and continue to be mean to me, I will be kind. Yeah, right. My hand hurts now, so God bless and good night. No, that's not where she left off. Kyle, smoke triggers asthma attacks. Duh. Your track record with Berg is obsolete. Well, I still live here, as I worked for them 4 years ago when I lived at 402 Wisconsin Avenue, apartment number 3, before I got married. Yeah, she's divorced now. I would like to check out that, though, her husband. I am friends with Cindy and Debbie. So, I have Catherine Hulsman's cell number. She doesn't even own a fucking building. I've known Debbie for 10 years and we go to church together. That's a scary thought. I used to clean the laundry room next door as well as some of the Berg downtown apartments. If I tell them you are smoking in the common area of the front hall, I never said it was mine. Stop being dramatic and putting words in my mouth. Yeah, she basically did say it was hers. I didn't put that in her mouth. I guarantee they will post something on your door asking you to stop. Oh boy. Now here's where she wants to correct me. God is not a 2,000-year-old myth. He always has been before time existed. And then she says, my opinion. Yes, cold invades and smoke expands. Physics. I'm surprised. A Christian who actually understands a little bit of fiction or physics. I am not a redneck. My neck is white. Euphemism, I mean, I never said it was the color red. Redneck is a label. Stupid. I'm not ignorant. The definition is lacking awareness or knowledge in general. Uneducated or unsophisticated. You believe in a 2,000-year-old myth. Okay? You believe in creationism. You believe somewhere up there there's a God. Okay? I'd say that's pretty lacking in knowledge and sophistication. This is cute. Continuing to call me so is defamation of character. Well, there's a lot to defame there, What can I say? You call my faith superstition, yet I have done nothing to shove it down your throat. You have taped numerous atheist tracts, letters, and magazines to my door despite knowing I believe in God. Question. It's cute. How can you hate something so much if it supposedly doesn't exist? Okay, I'm going to explain this to you. I don't hate God. Okay? I do not hate your God. There is no such thing as God, so therefore I cannot hate a God. Okay, what I hate is the myth and superstition that you people run your lives with. I hate the way you just vote for a Republican because he's supposedly a Christian. He certainly is no Christian. He's destroying unions. He is destroying the workforce. He's destroying Wisconsin. That is what I hate, okay? I hate your stupidity because you're so damn gullible into voting for this moron. You have not been polite to me in spite of my viewpoints. Duh, exactly. You have been polite because you're a lonely single man. Oh, no, that's true. That is true. And maybe consider that after 3 divorces, it might not just be the exes that are the problem. Yeah, they were pretty much the problem. Then I called her evil. And she goes on to correct my spelling of your. Okay, yeah, I didn't throw in the comma R-E. I did Y-O-U-R. And that, okay, fine. She's very good at English. Who cares? You're a redneck. Again, improper grammar. And again, my neck is white. You hate the working class. I don't recall ever saying this, and that's simply because it's not true. Yes, it is true. You're voting for Republicans. Republicans hate the working class. Okay? Think about it. Then he goes on to say, I hate abuse. I hate working all the time and not being able to be with my kids. And she truly isn't. Her kids are pretty much in her ex-husband's custody. Now, because she is overworked, underpaid, which is what Republicans are trying to strive for. They underwork or overwork and underpay employees all the time. That is what their stance, in the workplace is. That's just what Republicans do and are. I hate high fructose corn syrup and GMOs. Okay, whatever. I'm with you on that one. I hate racism and labeling people. I hate human trafficking and pornography. Working class? Nope. Don't hate that. Then why are you voting Republican? There's nothing wrong with me just because we are different. What happened to coexist? I never meant to coexist with anybody, especially a Republican. I'm not stupid. Actually, I have been tested and have an above average intelligence. I gotta question that. Again, she says, there's nothing wrong with me. Your tone and your words are verbally abusive. Well, yeah, okay, they were. You say all religious hate, and hate blacks, Mexicans, and Asians is called global thinking. Yeah, all religious people pretty much hate. They're either all this or all that, etc. This is called stereotyping. Yes, I do stereotype the religious. I can tell by your tone that it seems you are the one who hates, not me. Okay, I do hate the religious. They are destroying, well, not so much the religious, I hate Republicans. They are destroying my country. My mind is right. Okay, that's questionable. I think for myself. No, you don't. What you do is you're told by the Republicans to do this, do that, vote this way, vote that way, think this way, think that way. That is not thinking for yourself. Again, I am not stupid. And again, that is questionable. Then she ends with, God bless you, sir, your neighbor. I mean, she's trying to take the high ground. I'll give her credit for that. But she still believes in this 2,000-year-old myth. And she may be right. It may be a little bit more than 2,000 years because we had all the gods that preceded the Christian God. I'm not even going to get back into who all they are because I've already done all that, okay? Now, just in case there is a legal battle in some kind of court or something like that, I'm not going to mention what her name is downstairs. But that is how Christians think, okay? They think that they are absolutely right in voting for Republicans. And that is just so freaking wrong, okay? She does not even recognize. She's, in a prior letter she sent up here, she basically told me what her wages are and what her rent is. Unreal. Completely unreal. She's struggling each and every month to make ends meet. Okay? Why is she struggling? The Republicans. I mean, that's obvious. But yet she doesn't think enough for herself. She's not a free thinker. Therefore, she cannot possibly figure out for herself what is the problem. Okay? Now, it's obvious to me, my landlord does not charge everybody the same amount of rent. I think they do it on a percentage basis, just to keep us poor enough so that we can't accomplish anything. Eventually, her car, it's a much older model, will break down. Okay, then she's going to have to be taking the bus up to her job. If she's scheduled at some point in time when the buses aren't running, she's going to be stuck and have to take a cab, which is probably like a $10 or $12 run from where she works back down here. So she's basically working towards slavery. Now, I've escaped that slavery. I just went grocery shopping this morning, and it was a good, I got what I needed. I'm going to have to go to the food pantry this afternoon, start picking up a few things. I'm just trying to stay ahead here a little bit. But it's the churches that are basically causing her problem. Okay. She hasn't got any time to read about anything, to get anybody else's opinions. She's constantly working. That's all she does is work. Work, 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 work. Simply to make enough money to pay for the rent, buy some food, and to put gas in her car. That's a life? No, it's not a life. That's kind of like the same kind of life I was working when I was driving truck for that damn fool company up at the north side of town. The window place. I can't even remember what the place was called. I only worked there a few different months. They loaded up my truck so heavy one frickin' day, and the schedule would have taken me like way over 14, 15 hours to drop it off. And I just said, no, man, that is not what I'm doing here, okay? I want to drive 8, maybe 9 hours, 10 at the most, come home, go home to my wife and my dog and everything else, and have a good day. I am not working to be a damn slave. I should get into that one of these days. The slavery of the Christian right. I think me and the neighbor downstairs, the one who wrote me this letter, got into this basically on the precept of, I said, well, start a union. She's complaining to me about her job, which is understandable. If I had her job, I'd be complaining to anybody who would listen about the job. And I said, well, start a union. Or try to start a union, at least. And she just got all crazy about that. Unions, So then I responded in kind. I told her what my philosophies were and stuff like that. And then she wrote back a day or two later, and said something. And then she finally wrote me this letter because I finally said, well, being a Christian is stupid. Okay? Because she pushed me to that point. So now we're not talking at all. I just passed her in the hallway. I just came back from Pick and Save. Took the bus there. Picked up a few items. Used up the majority of my food stamps. I've still got a little bit left. 12 bucks I think I got left. So I can get milk and stuff like that at Walgreens. But then she's, she didn't look at me. She was ashamed to look at me. She looked down the floor, And, but at least we're at the point now to where she knows I don't approve of her life, okay? Now, she obviously doesn't approve of my life either, and that's fine. I don't need her approval. I definitely don't need her approval. I mean, she lives in fear of something that doesn't even exist. The God thing. She votes with Republicans because her pastor and everybody at her church basically convinces her to. That's how they work. See, the pastor actually doesn't really say anything in the church service itself, okay? But in little private conversations over coffee and donuts and things like that, that's when they start talking politics. And that's why these churches basically exist at this point in time. If it wasn't for politics, none of these churches, especially right-wing, far-out uh, Protestant-type churches, uh, Assemblies of God, all this crap like that, uh, Fox River Church, which is a horrible church, would not even exist, okay? They would not ever have been built. They were built basically by the Adelsons, the Koch brothers, things like that, to brainwash its congregants, to convince them, they probably do a very, very normal church service, okay? And then they gather, in the hallways or a back room somewhere, stuff like this, or maybe they got a kitchen in there somewhere, kitchen dining area in there somewhere. And they all sit down, they have coffee and these little donut things, or maybe they'll even serve up, like a regular meal type thing, I'd say like a brunch perhaps, whatever. Because the UUC church where I go to, United Unitarian Universalist Congregation, they all serve up some really good snacks after service, and everybody sits around, and chit chats, and how are the kids, and how's work, and all, just regular chit chat, But they may throw in a line like, "Oh, these neighbors of mine are Democrats. Oh, God, are they screwed up?" And that's how they basically turn people into Republicans. They simply, and then their bumper stickers, of course, all help. She had company over the other day that basically had a Walker Cleefish sticker on it for president. I couldn't enter a parking lot if I seen something like that. That is just the height of ignorance right then and there. Okay? The height of ignorance. I mean, to vote for... This man has now won 3 different gubernatorial elections here in this state. 3 of them. One of them was a recall election, but he won that one too. Now he's on his basic second term, which is the 3rd election he won. And why? Because of the Christian right. Okay, that is what is basically wrong with us. That is why I don't like these people. That is why these people are my enemies. That is why these enemies of mine are so wrong about politics. Okay? As far as religion goes, no. The Bible and the Old Testament are wrong. The planet is like 3.5 billion years old. Dinosaurs used to walk on this planet. And these Christians don't seem to believe it. These Christians just deny science everywhere. Global climate change? Oh no, that don't work. Watch Weather Channel, smarten up a little bit. And that's what's wrong with these people, okay? They can't think for themselves. Therefore, they are not free thinkers, okay? Christians are not free thinkers. Christians are told what to think, okay? The only free thinkers are those of us who understand that the Bible is a sham, okay? It's a lie. I mean, it's obvious. Well, I've carried on now for over 24 minutes here, almost 25 minutes. So anyway, leave your comments down below and have a good day, folks.